deep. Hi, my name's Ray Whitby and welcome to Aspiring Runners. This is part 2 of week 1, days 5, 6 and 7 for the sub 22 minute 5 kilometre training programme decided to try and undertake, but it's also with patellofemoral pain syndrome recovery. So it's the challenge of trying to see if the body can respond to the 5k training programme without destroying it completely. Now, in day 5, this is today, it's looking at the rest day. Basically the week has been quite tough for me, whether it's just been a combination of work as well as getting back into an active running regime, and really has had quite an impact today. So been trying to rest as much as possible and slowly eke out some of the aches and pains, and then this evening I'll look at a series of dynamic warm-ups going into static stretching, and then just focusing on the rehab exercises required, and just to see how well the body is responding to it, especially the knee. At the moment it just feels, after yesterday's exertion, which was 6 by 800 meters, just below race pace, which I really did struggle with. The knee is not too bad, just a little niggle here and there, just not painful, which is really good. But again, the confidence level in it, maybe 70 to 80% of what I would just say was normal. If I reflected against my normal knee, it doesn't feel quite, it's up to scratch compared to the normal knee. So today, just purely about rest, and then tomorrow getting into an easy 5k run. So join me then. And this is day 6 in the first week of the sub 22 minute 5k training program with recovery from patellofemoral pain syndrome. Today's route is just a 5k easy pace, so we're looking at 5 minutes 30 seconds per kilometre over the duration. So nothing too taxing on the system, which actually I'm quite appreciative of at the moment. Just need to try and find some easy going pace, and just trying to find some form in there, where running with patellofemoral pain syndrome just feels like part of the knee just isn't quite operating correctly, and therefore going for a run, it just doesn't feel normal, it doesn't feel natural. It's a really strange effect that it has, that the more you concentrate on it, the worse the running form seems to be, more uncomfortable it feels. So today really is just about trying to target the running form, but also I've decided to hit the trails. I'm going to go through the woods. It's become very murky, a bit rainy, so I've gone back to a selfie stick to do this film, and the wind has picked up a lot. So I'm not quite sure about the quality of the audio, which is going to have a pretty big impact. So I've got the lapel mic on, and we'll just see how we go. Hopefully the wind will be somewhat mitigated through the woods, but we'll just have to see how we get on. So I've done the dynamic warm-up and just heading out to the start line, and then we'll get cracking with a 5k. See you in a bit. Right, I said we were going to be doing a 5 minute 30 second per kilometre pace, but actually I just remembered this route is quite lumpy, quite a few hills in it, so I think I would be really unwise to try and push it today to make that pace. Really should be looking at an equivalent heart rate training for this run, but I haven't actually worked out what it is of late. Having taken several months off, it does mean that probably the heart rate has adjusted somewhat to the effort that I've been doing prior to Christmas, before I got the injuries. So yeah, come on, let's see what happens. And I certainly think through any type of training that you're doing for whatever distance, but when it's coming down to running, you've got to remember to intersperse some just enjoyable runs, just getting out there for the sake of running. And actually it might even be better to leave your training watch at home and just get out there and see what the body does. Just relax into it. Don't chase target times. Don't try and challenge yourself. Just really to relax and enjoy the ambience, your surroundings. Of course, it'd be great if we could do this socially distanced and have a number of other running buddies just chatting away, just to distract yourself, take your mind away from the rigour of the training sessions. It does become important that you remember why you're doing it. Hopefully it's because you enjoy doing it. course, you do get a natural high from chasing PBs and getting them. I can totally understand that. But I think if you're so focused on it, you can have quite a negative reaction to it when it all goes wrong. And you could end up giving up running for quite a few years or forever. And that is tough. Crikey. Steep. Well, as the adage says, what goes down must come up. No, it's the other way around. Crikey. If you're going to run in one direction on an out and back course, you'll remember if it's easy on the way out, it's going to be much harder on the way back. The thing that gets me is probably these types of trails. It's narrow, it swoops, it twists and turns, broken eye line off into the distance, lots of trees, you don't quite know what's next. I mean, you get a feel for it. Obviously the familiarity for running day in, day out, week after week. But you still don't know what you're going to find around each corner. Is it a person, a dog, a cyclist? Actually, on this trail, it's a bit of a nightmare. They should not be on this trail, it's too narrow. But they do, bless them. I think that combination of technical slope and the ability to push it hard in very short sections, just have that together for me makes a very enjoyable run. Just a overall workout and varied terrain, varied pacing as well. Combined with a softer surface, I mean, what more could you ask for? Why do you think they recommend getting out on trail runs? You're really good for the health and really good for injury prevention, so they say, but certainly less impacting like for like on concrete. And beautiful, beautiful surroundings, even if you don't get the gorgeous vista. But just look at this, so you can switch it around for you on the run. I'm sorry if that's not stable enough, but look at that. How gorgeous is the trail as it just swoops around corner after corner, slopes up, slopes down, negative camber, positive camber. Oh, and the greenery is just phenomenal. It's one of my favourite sections coming up. Try not to embarrass myself by running through it. Beautiful tree. So come on then, what are your thoughts? What are your likes, what are your dislikes for running? What's your go-to? What gets you excited? What motivates you? Or what helps you relax? Please comment down below, let us know. Here we go, 5k, stop the clock, 34:28, but as I said, this isn't about performance today. It was supposed to be gentle and easy. Maybe that was too gentle, but as I said yesterday, the week has had an impact on me. I think it is a combination of work and the training program. It's just exhausting. I think it does take time to get back into a new rhythm, getting the body used to that kind of exertion again. Well, welcome to day 7 of week 1 of a sub-22 5k training program with patellofemoral pain syndrome recovery thrown in for good measure. The last few days, well, I've had a rest day on day 5 and then a simple 5k easy pace on day 6. That was yesterday, and all I've found now is that there has been a slight ache in the system, which is really annoying. It's again just partly the kind of injury that I'm going through. It's not painful, per se, but it is present, it's there, it aches, it feels stiff. I've just gone through the dynamic warm-up. I did a few extra stretches and go back to dynamic warm-up, so hopefully everything is ready, but it just feels as though there's something there, but really hard to define. So today is just probably going for a 1 hour. We've just got to see how the system can respond. And yeah, just try to enjoy it. The weather itself is a real mixture. It's a beautiful blue skies, unlike yesterday when it was tipping it down. I had to use a selfie stick. The stabilization was awful. Today gone back to the original configuration, which is great, except that you can probably pick up it is horrific, absolutely awful. So I'm not sure what the quality is going to be for the audio feed for this, so please forgive me. But hopefully we'll capture a few thoughts. The most important thing is also when we get down to the seafront, just to see how beautiful it is out on the beach. So let's go and see how we get on. Well, coming to the end of this training session, I was hoping to make 12 kilometres, but got to the 8k mark and it just felt my right knee was twinging too much. Soon after, the hip just complaining of stiffness. It's just beginning to ache. It was a bit of an uphill going from the seafront back towards base camp. But I think discretion is the best part of valor. Maybe should have stopped earlier, walked a bit, then got back into it. But no, decided what I'll try and do, push on to the 11k mark and get quite quick there. Today was a struggle towards the end, and it's trying to find out the limitations within myself as to how far I can push it before it becomes too unbearable, but it's trying to make that judgment call of when is a right time to stop and when is the the right kind of conditions to be able to push on and hopefully strengthen the system. Always a difficult one. I found some feedback from a fellow runner over in the States. He has the Road Runner Training Project, so a big shout out to Brandon, who had suggested I've got to get some weights to put on my ankle and then do some ankle lifts or leg lifts that way, as well as the single leg lift. So I would need to give that a try for this specific type of injury. So if you want to check out Brandon's running channel, I'll put the link in the description below. Great guy, fantastic videos that he's publishing each week. And a very, very capable runner. Puts a lot of us to shame, but very encouraging individual, very supportive as well, and he's trying to build himself up with the experience that he has to helping others and becoming more of into the coaching scene as well. But in terms of this week, now we've done that, I just need to figure out what happens tomorrow. Should be starting day 1 of week 2, which is a 5k easy pace, but I really need to get the knee onto the Rice method and then just ease it out tonight with a few gentle stretches and see what tomorrow brings. But thank you for joining me this week. I really appreciate you coming along. It would be great if you have enjoyed this to give it a big thumbs up, but equally if you have a look around the channel as well, see other videos that you like, want to subscribe and click the bell notification, you'll be alerted to upcoming videos that I'm publishing over the coming weeks and months. So it would just be great for you to join the Aspiring Runners community. Please do comment down below. Really want to hear your thoughts and your reflections, certainly on your 5k training program or whatever distance you're going for, but also if you're going through injuries as well and how you're dealing with the mental pressures and the battles that are going on with the frustrations of not being able to get out there. But thanks for joining me today, and we'll catch you next time on Aspiring Runners. Take care.